tuned into Between You, Me, and the Speculum with Dr. Jew, pushing wellness for women and having honest conversations about your health. On today's episode, HIV in our community. Let's talk the facts, fears, and engage forward thinking. Join in as Dr. Jew delivers real talk with real truths about real women.
Hello, everyone. My name is Julianne Adams-Burt, better known as Dr. Jew of Dr. Jew Delivers. Welcome to my page. When I was 8 years old, I remember the sheer panic amongst the adults, the fear, the concern about this new disease that seemed to be spreading mainly in the state of California. But in the early days of HIV, there was this unsettling, relaxed feeling that HIV impacted them. It was known to be a gay male disease. Even on June 5th, 1981, when it was first reported by the CDC in their weekly reports on morbidity or mortality, there were 5 cases that had similarities. All 5 of these young gay men, young adult men, they were around the age of 30, all seemed to be infected with pneumonia, namely Pneumocystis carinii, and oral candidiasis, which is thrush in the mouth. By the time that report came out, 2 of those men had already perished. It wasn't until 1982 that AIDS was labeled acquired immunodeficiency disease. It would take even a few more years before it was understood that HIV could impact more than just gay and bisexual men. It could impact hemophiliacs, it can impact IV drug users, and even later in the 80s, before it was understood to impact the heterosexual population.
I had been going to the doctor for years with heavy bleeding. I kept being told there's nothing wrong with me. A woman can tell her body when something's going on, and I just couldn't accept the fact that they were telling me it's the change of life. Dr. Burt did a pathology report and found out I had cancer. Just her compassion, her bedside manner, her care for me as a patient was just amazing. She saved my life.
Visit Radiant Women's Health in Conyers, helping you shine from the inside out.
Ten years after HIV was discovered, I remember at Clark-Atlanta University, I was in my first year, everyone was running through the halls, turn the TV on, turn the TV on. Magic Johnson announced to the world that his retirement days were ahead from the NBA because he had been diagnosed with HIV. And now, all these decades later, we see what we were hopeful for back then, that you can live with HIV. It is now considered a chronic medical condition that many people live with. I was curious, so I Googled. I told a patient the other day, don't get it twisted, doctors Google too, but this is for a different reason. I Googled because I was curious, was there anyone alive who had been diagnosed with HIV in the early days? And I found Rupert Whitaker in 1981, who was diagnosed. A year later, his life partner, died from AIDS-related complications, and his life's work since then has been to fight the good fight against HIV, to educate the population, to give those who needed access to screening and treatment, care, all of the things. And what I love about Rupert Whitaker's story is that since his own diagnosis, he went to school mostly in North America and became a psychiatrist and an immunologist, and is still living today. Note that important word. He is living with HIV today.
What happened that night? You said things were fine. What changed? What are you avoiding? Men, talk about it. Why can't we?
Hi, I'm Dr. Julianne Adams-Burt. 43% of women experience a sexual problem, yet they don't want to talk about it. We can help you feel the way you used to. So talk to us. Visit radiantwomenshealth.com today.
In America, there are about 1.2 million people infected with HIV. 1.2 million. But there's an estimated 13% who don't know that they have HIV. They are living and perhaps certain behaviors as if they don't have HIV. And I remember, universal precautions, right? We're putting on latex gloves. We're not touching mouths and doing dental work. We're not doing exams. We're not touching people's blood and other body fluids without protection. It's the same thing I tell my patients. You need a latex condom if you're going to engage in any exchange of body fluids. It's just universal precautions. I'm not talking about you. I'm not judging you based on your appearance, your gender, your skin color, your religion, your racial creed. This is just universal precaution because, again, so many people in America are still walking around without the knowledge that they even have HIV. Of all the new cases of HIV, gay and bisexual men are still the number one group or population of people that will be diagnosed with it. But amongst women, Black women make up 50% of new diagnoses. So it is vitally important that universal precautions that I speak of. It is vitally important that we take ownership and prevent as much as we can. So what does that look like? I'm maybe from old school, different generation, but a lot of folks, talk about, women could be just like men. You want to have fun, maybe not in a monogamous relationship or maybe in serial monogamous relationships, every 60 to 90 days in a new relationship. And I believe in trusting. But trust and verify. Trust and verify. Why am I saying that? Because I offer every patient, especially at the time of her wellness exam, an opportunity to get screening for STDs. And there are oftentimes women who say, oh no, I trust my partner. Oh no, I'm good. Oh no, I know my relationship. I know my man. But yet, so many people are walking around undiagnosed. So I want to encourage you in this moment to see it as just part of your exam.
When did this begin? How long has it been going on? Did you think it would just go away? Men, talk about it. Why can't we?
Hi, I'm Dr. Julianne Adams-Burt. 43% of women experience a sexual problem, yet they don't want to talk about it. We can help you feel the way you used to. So talk to us. Visit radiantwomenshealth.com today.
I tease with some of my patients. I say, you didn't want to get on that scale either, but you did. It's just a part of your exam. It's a part of knowing your numbers. It's a part of, knowing the right supplements and vitamins to take and how many steps you should take a day and walk a day. It's important to add as a part of an annual screening. Now that's in Dr. Chu's opinion. You are fine to test once, test none, test often. I have some patients that come and see me every 3 to 6 to 9 months. But if you are not in a committed relationship, well, let's just put it out there. You know that you enjoy sleeping with multiple people, and you're not sure what their status is. Someone said to me the other day, well, he told me he doesn't have anything. I don't believe in that. I encourage couples to go together, go to the health department, because when you say, I want to be tested for everything, everybody's testing may look different. So I would love for, as part of your date, go visit the health department and get tested and include HIV in that testing. Vitally, vitally important. When you are screened, diagnosed, and you fit in with a clinic, an infectious disease doctor, whomever, to give you the care that you need, 57% of folks with HIV have undetectable loads. Undetectable loads, because they are now taking the medication. And or maybe you don't know, that through these decades, the side effects of medications have gotten less and less and less. The number of medications have gotten less and less and less. And that is why, again, it is deemed a chronic and manageable disease. We are here at Cerise D Jewelry, the showroom, the fabulous showroom. We are here with physicians, attorneys, educators, Black women professionals of Atlanta. I am so excited to have helped to curate this event. Now, I had nothing to do with this fabulousness you're seeing here. The food that's down the hall, it is all the creativity and the vision of Cerise and her mother, Deborah. This place is the place to come, ladies. If you have an event coming up and you want to set your outfit off, you need to call here, schedule an appointment, because this place ain't open just every day. You have to make an appointment. Did you see this fabulousness here? You see the design I'm wearing as well. So thank you for stopping by our page, and consider coming out on your own time.
Jewelry, so one of a kind, it's on time. Cerise D Jewelry, so one of a kind, it's on time. Cerise D Jewelry, so one of a kind, it's on time. Mirror, mirror on the wall, fashionistas having balls, stretch your stuff every day. Missions fashion, by the way, the secret style designers fly. Pose for the camera, now shine. All right, I see you. Cerise D Jewelry, so one of a kind, it's on time. Cerise D Jewelry.
57% walking around with undetectable loads, and that's awesome. However, there's another percent, right, who are not undetectable. If you have sex with someone with undetectable loads, you basically have no risk of acquiring HIV. The breakthroughs over these decades has been just awesome. But for those of you who don't know, there is help for you. And I get it. Monogamy is not your thing. Using latex condoms, sadly, is not your thing. I get it. Some people have latex allergies. But have you heard of PrEP, which is a way to prevent? It is pre-exposure prophylaxis. PrEP. It's a pill. You could take it daily. 99% effective in decreasing your chances of acquiring HIV. Boom, 99%. And for IV drug users, it's a little less. It's in the 70%. But it is still better than going without. So here's my call to action. My call to action is know your own status. How about that? Know your own status. Then know your partner or partners or multiple partners status. And if you don't know, it would be a good idea to use a latex condom with each and every encounter. It would be a even better idea to include with that PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, and decrease your chances. Again, it is a chronic yet manageable disease that you can live with. But if you can prevent it, let's do that. Let's prevent, let's take care of our bodies. I tell my younger patients all the time, God gave you one life, one body, one opportunity to get it right. Don't play. Don't play with it. Protect it. Thank you for joining in. Please join me. Join me on my channel. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and soon to be TikTok too. I'm Dr. Jew with Dr. Jew Delivers. See you next time. Hi, I'm Dr. Jew. This is Between You and Me and the Speculum.
The content shared on Between You, Me, and the Speculum with Dr. Jew is for informational purposes only. While Dr. Jew is a licensed physician, the information provided should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your primary care physician or healthcare provider before making any changes to your health or wellness routine. The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and do not represent the views of any medical institution or organization.